But yeah, Paya, great to see you.
Very.
How are you doing? Let's quickly check the decks. How do we do that? Let me... Okay, streaming is so hard for me right now. I forgot about everything. So I need to... Okay, this should be good. Your camera will disappear for a second, but after that we should be good to go. Where is this website? Why is everything so challenging for me
Let
right
me
now?
see if I
Okay,
can find
perfect. I fixed it. No reason to stress.
You got it?
No reason to stress like I'm doing right now. It's definitely unnecessary.
No reason to stress.
Show credit card info on stream. Of course, Bananito, you can just ask for that every time. Now let me put text on stream. Okay, this should be perfect. Finally, I'm not that stupid. Let's see. Munchies has... Okay. Let's see. Munchies has
Lockdown.
Bolocueo, which I believe is lockdown. This is the RAM-free lockdown deck. We saw actually a couple times. It even has Nazuka Surgeons. Really interesting.
It does, those OP Nausicaas.
So I'm pretty sure I would get no GGs if I played this on ladder. Really interesting. So what are your opinions on this deck?
I mean, technically it could do triple lockdown, right? We do have the Letho, we have Damien for it, it has the scroll, of course. Renfrey's a strong card still. I think it can be a pretty scary deck, so I wonder if it does get banned. So we'll see if Jayce has any control, if he feels like he could control the Damien combo.
Well, I'm really curious to see if Jayce will ban this. I'm pretty sure he will, because I mean this is...
Oh, it's a strong deck.
I mean, forget about everything else in this deck. When you see Renfrey in a meme tournament, I think you just have to ban it.
Yeah, and Renfrey plus the Rim as well, which is going to give you more options.
Exactly. Also, not much control in this tournament to control Damien, Leto to get the triple lockdown. So yeah, it can be pretty dangerous. And since we don't have much time, let's speedrun the decks.
Yes. Next.
So this is a Reckless Flurry with Portal and so many 5 provision bronze options. Actually, this looks like a pretty decent deck, but the main idea here is to spam veterans.
Yep, I think it's veteran spam. So you use Iterin to spam the veterans. It's a pretty solid deck, I think, if you can get your combo going.
Also, Tris Marigold. That's interesting.
Yeah. You probably want to pull a Bear Witcher with the Triss, I'm guessing. Would be the ideal target, but we also have Raging Bear.
Yeah, I mean, there are a couple really good options for Tris here, actually.
11 point, ideally, but we'll see if we can thin that far.
I mean, it's 11 point definitely, but in a meme tournament, when you have 8 points or 6 points of control, I think it just pays off so much. So that's actually a pretty decent card in this deck.
It is. It's interesting card. So I hope we get to see this deck, because this deck looks really interesting and different. You don't really see marching orders a lot. We have the Axie.
Actual Axie.
Actual Axie. So we'll see if we see this getting played. Combo works out like it's supposed to.
Really interesting deck, especially with Portal. Now we can move on to Pincer Maneuver, which I believe is a coin deck with Visigoth with King Bellowon. Okay, this is going to be interesting.
This one is interesting.
This is just insane. With Traveling
Yes, so it has a lot of points.
I mean, this is actually, this looks really fun.
I think the sequencing is really important with this deck. You have to know when to play your Visgoda, when to play your cards, but I think if you do sequence it correctly, it can just generate a lot of points, especially in a long round 3 if it goes uncontrolled.
Also, if your day just goes really wrong and you don't pull your combo off, you can just play Trollolo with Priestess and Redanian Archers. That's still gonna make enough points, I believe.
Yeah, that's
Really,
strong
really
enough as
interesting.
is.
Really interesting. I really want to see this in action. I hope it will not get banned.
Yes, and with Defender too.
And here is Jayce's decks. Let's see.
Right,
Syndicate
Milkman Assembly.
already
I
scares me.
haven't seen that one yet.
So let's see. Imprisonment with Twist Telekinesis. Uma
And
and
Uma.
really interesting cards here.
Okay, we have the Uma there, we have seen the Rune Mage again, and Igni, which I haven't seen yet in this tournament. So the Igni can actually find some value
Yes,
against the
definitely.
Cohen deck.
Definitely. We might need to wait for the opponent because he's still in the Creel League match, I think. I don't think that's possible because I'm pretty sure he is playing with Manue in Saturday. I would be really surprised if he's playing that now because I believe Manue would tell me. Okay, anyways.
We might see some Igni value here with the Cohen deck. Could interesting matchup.
Igni is just...
Aguara, super. Yeah, this deck looks super fun to me. Aguara,
Yes.
Uma. We're just seeing a lot of RNG, so this is going to be really interesting to watch.
There is also the option with Alchemist and Living Armor to make actually massive points.
Yeah.
That's gonna be interesting to see. It's a pure RNG deck and I love everything about this. It's
I
gonna be fun
actually
to
love
watch.
this deck as well. And Imprisonment's just strong as is, right?
Exactly. And when you know that your opponent is playing Igni, you usually try to play around it, but there are some cases that you actually can't. I mean, you know that Igni is there, but you can't do anything about this. This is just so heartbreaking
Exactly. Especially if you're
your
putting
opponents.
things behind Defender. It's open deckless, so we'll see.
Really interesting to see this one. Let's move on to Araka's Swarm with another Twist Telekinesis.
Yes, lots of Triss moments today.
Our deck builders are definitely Twist enjoyers. We can be sure about that.
Yeah, this deck pretty standard deck. It does have Kiki Queen, which isn't really used in a standard Arachnus Swarm deck. Only a few ways to proc the Thrive here. So we have Osrol. You can proc it with Pugo here. We have Yigurn. We also have those Chimeras. And it has a really interesting Pred Dive.
Yes.
Which is one of those cards like Igni you have to play around.
Pred Dive is gonna be, I mean, at low ranks this card this is the MVP.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And now this is open deckless, so we'll see.
I mean, yeah, this is, I don't even know what to say about this. The Kikimor Queen is just maybe the most interesting card for me in this game.
Yeah,
I
the
will be
Kiki
curious to
is
see how it
interesting.
performs.
I actually played this deck twice in this tournament.
Really?
Which is, yeah, so I'm really familiar with this deck. I don't know how I keep getting it. But yeah, Kiki Queen can make points if they can't control it, and if you're able to save your Chimeras and some of your taller cards, and you're able to stack, they can't control those drones. It's a decent card in this deck. And of course we have the Yen, so finally we see Yennefer.
Yes, that was probably painful. But yeah, this looks like a really fun deck.
The deck is fun.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it wasn't that much fun when you just kept getting it instantly in tournament, but it should be fun to watch for you.
I think so. I think it's gonna be more fun to watch than to play.
Now let's put this into English because Spanish version is a bit scary. And this is Syndicate with Off the Books, and Syndicate is scaring me as always because it's just coin generation, all that, and it's just hard for me to catch up.
Yeah, and this deck makes a lot of points.
It
This
looks
deck
good.
makes a whole lot of points. We have the Hammelfire. It's going to keep rezzing these Falling Knights.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see any graveyard control, so this Hammelfire could be pretty scary. We have the Necromancer, keep spamming these Fallen Knights. Iterin again. This tournament has a ton of Iterin here.
I mean, in a round where you have more than 5 cards, I'm pretty sure you are gonna overswarm with this deck.
You can overswarm with this stack, so maybe you'll do a hefty bleed with this deck.
And there's a Shoop. This
There
feels
is
totally
a
random.
Shoop. We overlooked the Shoop. Of course, there's a Shoop.
I mean, in this tournament, it just feels like they don't make Shoop decks, but Shoop just appears to be there.
Yeah.
Like they just have 12 spare provisions. What could we add? Let's make it a Shoop deck
Just
instead.
Shoop. Let's just add a Shoop.
But they're also good for deck builders for not adding the cleric that gives you coins when you spam a unit, because otherwise that combo with
would be OP here. But
yes.
yeah, Shoop and Vermage, great combo, giving you tons of options.
It's actually the best part about this tournament, because decks are not only for meme, they also have been balanced. I mean, it makes it less competitive and more fun. Also, I think it's great deck building. It has been so much fun through the whole tournament, and I'm curious to see how it will go in this matchups.
Yeah, the decks have been really, really fun in this tournament. They're different. They're not the typical thing that you'll see on ladder.
It would also be great if Jayce reached out to us to play the game, because I'm getting a bit scared that he will not show up. Because just there's no news from him right now. And Munchie said that he might be in a Crew League game, but
Alright.
I'm pretty sure he plays this Crew League game on Saturday against Manuel. So I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, Roxy, no cards are banned in this tournament that I know of. Personally, I haven't really seen any heat waves. But I don't think it's banned. I think they just didn't include it.
I mean, since the decks have been made by the admins themselves, banned cards probably don't exist. I mean, of course they didn't include some options like Hitwave, but
yeah.
I mean, you're not bringing your decks yourself, so it will be interesting for deck builders to have bans.
Yeah, let's kind of see what you can do with it. What are we thinking about bans? I think Munchies Renfree Lockdown might get banned, but I'm not sure about Jayce. Jayce has a lot of good decks.
Yes, this Syndicate is scary as always.
I might ban the Syndicate if I was Munchies, but
yes, definitely. I just banned Syndicate regardless in any turn. Yani, it's just so weird for me to play against.
No, and it's still really strong.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I also don't play Syndicate really well, so I just pray that my Syndicate gets banned as well.
Yeah, in like for example in Crew League I bring Syndicate myself, but I have no idea how to play it. It's just there so it can get banned, and I can play decks that I actually want to play.
It's just ban bait. Now give me all your secrets.
I mean, yes, I shouldn't have done that. Now I will lost every game I play.
Hopefully none of your opponents are watching stream.
Let's hope so. Let's hope so. I will ban every Crew League member from the channel, so it will be safe for me. No,
I think that's fair.
Yes. Rexy, so I think the point you miss here is that players are not bringing their decks themselves. Decks were already created. There's a pool of decks, and in each round the admins just draw the decks for players themselves. So
yep, so they're randomly given.
Yes, it's
sorry guys.
Basically given, not made. So yes, we are still waiting on Jayce, but it's definitely fine. Meanwhile, is there every universe where tournaments happened with closed decks?
Do close stacks. I believe there are.
Yeah, there should be some tournament with closed decks. I mean, Alco is gonna make a tournament. Maybe go ask him. Maybe he will decide to make it.
Yeah, maybe he'll do closed stacks. I think I did Gwinfinity War and they had closed stacks.
Yeah, I don't know Gwent tournament, but closed decks is actually not that unrare. It just
Yeah. Yeah, it made the bands really interesting. So Gwinfinity was just kind of one faction, so you had to bring like 4 Nilfgaard decks, and you just see 4 different leaders, and you just ban based on leaders. So made it kind of interesting. But yeah, no serious tournaments with closed decks, just kind of community tournaments.
I mean, I can see why there are serious decks, serious tournaments are being played with open deck list, because if you make a serious tournament with closed deck list, it will be more like shenanigans meta, because
yeah,
there are so many counter decks for meta decks, but they are basically stupid, so that's why they are not being played. But in a tournament they can be really decent, so that's why probably serious tournaments are being closed deck lists. Meanwhile, while we are waiting for Jayce, I want to change my favorite card because I have no idea to do anything
what's
else.
it going to be?
Can you repeat that? I didn't hear what you said.
What's it going to be?
I have no idea. Actually,
Ooh.
let's check deck builder, because my premium cards are not much. So, I actually have Calculus Premium. I feel pretty proud about that. I played Thronebreaker for this.
Going to finish Thronebreaker. I started it.
I'm Thronebreaker. When you first start, it doesn't actually drive you that much into the game, but after returning to it, I just finished it like in 2 or 3 days. It's just super immersive after getting started.
Yeah, I just kind of started it and never went back to it. I probably should though, because I want some of those premium cards that you can only get from Thronebreaker.
I mean, yeah, Thronebreaker is exactly like that. When you return, it's a great game, but it's super hard to return to it. Bonarito, I just disagree heavily. This is the first time I disagree with you in my whole life. I definitely believe open deck lists are way more healthy for sports tournaments.
I think so too. Things would just get too messy with closed deck lists.
Exactly. I mean, I can't even expect. No. I mean, I actually don't know what to bring, because I just realized I picked monsters for some reason. I don't see anything else. That's why I was struggling with premium cards. Knights can actually be a good strat. I like playing the Knights deck.
Play the Knights.
21 people watching me to choose a premium card is actually a bit scary.
I think you still have the decks up. We can't see it.
Really? Okay, yeah. I was definitely aware of that. Let's see. This should be... Yes. Yeah, I think Knights Premium is...
Go.
This is... I can't tell that it's even premium, because it's just the same thing without any different animation.
Yeah, I think that's the pick.
Same goes with Renfrey, it's just her breathing. I would really love some more actions in this premium, because there are some really great ones. I mean, look at this, he just drives his horse into eternity. It's late for you, so this doesn't make any sense, but I'm showing Tibor.
So are you choosing Tibor as your favorite?
No, definitely not. That would make people hate me. Actually, Sasuke is a nice one. She leads, yeah,
Saskia's a nice one.
She leads army, that she is cool. She's also a dragon. Jayce Ashford, okay, that's great. Munchies.
Perfect. All right. Yeah, I think Jayce just finished his match, so we are about to begin.
Okay. But yeah, also Munchies, did you do the Team Aretusa ban tool thing? Because I also need to set up the tournament client.
Haven't seen any mill yet in this tournament.
Yes,
I know it's been played, but I haven't seen it.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit disappointed about that.
Disappointed.
I mean, Mill is the best meme deck you could get because it just kills the other meme instantly without
It does.
any drop of emotion. But yeah, I think
Yeah,
that should be more Mill.
T-War spam's not great, but yeah, I've been kind of happy without the mill.
Actually, instead of Mill, what I will be happy about is just random Kingslayer in every dex.
Oh, no, that's evil.
Random Kingslayer or random Ophir Merchants, it would be just more dynamic gameplay.
Oh my goodness. One season I played so much Hyper Thin and people were just hitting me with random Ophiri merchants.
Oh,
it hurt.
That has to be the worst feeling in the world.
It hurt.
Ophir
So now I have a
Merchant.
grudge against Ophiri merchants.
I mean, that's actually the only scenario where Ophir Merchant actually does something good.
A lot useful there.
Also, it would be great if Jayce also replied to me so I can set up the tournament client.
I think he said he's just preparing his decks now.
Oh, perfect. Now, just to remind everyone, Munchies has Nilfgaard Renfrey Lockdown, Skellige Idaran Veteran Spam, and Northern Realms Koen, while her opponent Jayce has Nilfgaard Assimilate Madness, which is just RNG in every single card with a 3 telekinesis, Monster Swarm with Kikimor Queen, which is a really interesting deck. I am looking forward to see that, and a Syndicate deck that I will probably never understand what it does.
Oh, and I think the bans are in. So it looks like for Munchies, no lockdown, and for Jayce, no imprisonment. So we won't be seeing that Assimilate Madness, unfortunately.
Well, I'm glad to see that both sides are not gonna play Nilfgaard. I am not gonna lie. So it's...
I kind of see some Uma action. Some Agora True Form.
That's also correct, but I'm not gonna miss Umo that much as long as we are not gonna see any Nilfgaard.
It is gonna be a Nilfgaard free stream.
Yes. Couldn't be any better than that.
And Munchies is on red as well, so we'll see Jayce on blue.
That's great for me to know. I can set the coins up as long as Jayce accepts the invite. Also, if you have access to that channel, can you tell Jayce to accept the invite? I already DM'd him, but I don't think he saw that. Because for some reason I actually don't have access to that channel and I can't see anything going on there.
You know, I think I do just because I also played in the tournament.
Yeah, probably. Also, podcast, thanks for gifts up. I didn't realize. Thanks for gifting to Bad Boy RSR. I believe that's your alt account, podcast.
It's his alt account.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's not, but it would be so funny if it was.
It would be. We can call it for now.
Also, podcast, aren't you streaming right now?
Streaming and gifting subs.
Yeah, thanks for taking your time and gifting us up. That's actually really, really nice.
Right, so on Blue Coin, what do we think we're gonna see from Jayce? he has a choice of Off the Books or Arachnosaurus on blue. I don't think either deck is a clear blue coin deck.
Well, it's hard to tell a deck is a blue coin deck in a meme tournament, but now let's see. Syndicate has tactical advantage and Monsters has Curse Scroll, so I think Curse Scroll would be the blue coin deck with Arachnosaurus.
I think he will want to see that on blue end. You know, Munchies has a few decks that kind of could control him.
Yes, yes. So Lockdown is gone. Scaligay Veterans is including a little bit of control with Junots and just Reckless Flora Leader alongside. This is actually a bit of a heavy control deck. There is Muzzle, there is Geralt Axie, Geralt Quen with Junot, and also Tris Marigold with Gerd. And also Giga Scorpion Decoction. So that's actually a pretty good control deck.
It does have a lot of control, and that Reckless Flurry can kind of just knock out a few of those drones, right?
Exactly.
So it could cause a little bit of trouble for Jayce. So we might be seeing that on red against Arachnosaurus on blue. Would be interesting. I don't think the Axie would find... Axie could find value on Hazaral. Yuna maybe can hit the Kiki Queen.
What I'm curious about to see is this Nordoram's Koyan deck.
Yes.
I can't wait for that one.
And we will see it played, so it did go through.
Yes.
And
yes.
Jayce is just going to accept the tournament invite. So we should be ready to go soon.
Perfect. I can set the client when he accepts. So yeah, dear chat members, how are you feeling about this beautiful decks? I want to remind everyone
At
that...
what point did this assimilate got banned?
Yes. I was just going to remind that everyone that Nilfgaard referee got banned so they can be happy.
It looks like Jayce can't enter the tournament, he said.
Okay, now my life is getting even harder. Let's see, why is that?
I'm just going to tell him you'll DM him?
Yes. Bonito loves the list. That's good to know.
You love all the lists or some of the lists? Because I love some of the lists.
I mean, he probably loves all of them. He has a great mustache, so he's a really loving person.
That's true. So, Roxy, this actually is not the first stage of the tournament. We are almost done, I believe. We are almost done. So I believe I can post the bracket if you guys would like to take a look. So we've made it pretty far. It was a big tournament, about 32 players. I was unfortunately eliminated already, but it's fine.
Yeah, but I love the way you like decks, so... I am pretty surprised that you actually didn't make a Sihil Kingslayer's deck.
Oh no.
Bonito, we actually need to do that together. That would be a masterpiece. But you hate Sihil actually. That's a bit unfortunate.
So we are doing round 4 of the losers bracket right now. So we started with 32 players down to not that many. I believe this is the second of the 4 matchups.
So this is a lower bracket game, right?
This is a lower bracket game, so it's a second lower bracket game, and then I think soon they'll be drafting the winners bracket games. I think it's almost the final, actually, so it's been going on for about almost 2 weeks, I believe, the tournament as a whole. So
Yes.
we're almost down to the finals. The loser bracket, as you see, they have a lot more games to play from the winner bracket, which could be beneficial. They get a lot of experience with these decks. It's the same decks that are randomly given out every round.
So actually, this reminded me of something. The last time we casted together, in the middle of tournament, I had a Discord notification from Ryan Godric, and that's actually when I got into CDPR casting. So that was pretty lucky for me. I expect something similar today.
So I'm your good luck charm, is what you're saying?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
We are just trying to do the tournament plan thing with Jayce because apparently it is bugged.
The tournament client being bugged, imagine that.
Yes. That is definitely a surprise that doesn't usually happen.
If it's bugged, maybe we can have them stream it.
I mean,
Play friendly and stream it.
I guess I can create a new bracket for it. Yeah, let's do that. So, best of 3. It's best of 3, right? I'm not
It's best of 3, yes.
Perfect. Munchies and Jayce. Now, can you send the links to players if I send it to you? Because otherwise,
Yeah, absolutely.
when I use Discord, your camera will just go away.
Alright, I'll send this over. Okay, hopefully that one works.
Yeah, I hope so, but I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't, I'm not gonna lie. Otherwise, we can have one of the players stream for us, that would be okay.
Yeah, so we won't see the opponent's hand, but at least we can kind of get going then.
Also, actually, that would still be a problem because of my streaming setup.
I see Munchies is in.
Yes, yes. She was really quick with it. Thank you, Munchies, for being great. Also, I'm definitely not rooting for my teammate to win this round.
Definitely not. No bias at all.
Exactly, exactly. I'm super neutral. Like all the other
No
rounds.
bias allowed.
Like all the other rounds, I'm not picking any sides.
No. We never pick sides.
Now let's hope that it won't bug for Jayce again and we will be good to go, hopefully. I am not rooting for bully Munchies. Why would
Munchies doesn't bully. She's wholesome.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Let's see what happens with the client now.
She's just as wholesome as me, right?
Yeah, you both are really wholesome, lovely human beings.
Thank you.
Bonanito is the wrong one here, even if I hate to admit it. Still waiting on Jayce. After that, we should be good to go, I believe.
Yes.
The good part is now that I have a new favorite card. That's a
I like it. Good choice. Good choice. It's a Squirtle card, my favorite faction.
well, I mean, yeah, I'm a Northern Realms enjoyer and a proper Squirtle hater, but Saskia is
Oh,
fine.
no.
I don't mind Saskia.
I'm actually so stubborn. I haven't played one Knights game. I like refuse.
Really? I mean, Knights are actually really fun to play for first 5 games. Then you just realize that you are doing the same thing every single game and it gets boring.
Yeah, like a few decks.
The dynamic in NR I like most is that you just grow in yourself. I mean, the boost just goes massive and you don't just care about opponent, you do everything yourself, like Archgriffin, mages, knights. I just like that boost instead of damage.
Right, kind of what we call like a solitaire deck.
Yes.
Doesn't really touch opponents, does your own thing. Okay, so it looks like we have Jayce almost in.
Almost. Hopefully soon.
We're working on it.
This is definitely going fine. Nothing is wrong.
Yeah, but now we get to hang out with chat for longer.
Yeah, exactly. And now I have a favorite card thanks to Jayce.
And you have a new favorite card. And it's a Squirtle card.
I mean,
so
yeah.
Everything's great.
It couldn't be any better than this.
Oh, we have Jason. Woo!
Really?
We have gameplay.
Perfect. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I actually got surprised by that. I wasn't expecting to get to this phase of game. I was thinking about what other stopping that I would say to keep the chat entertained a bit.
No, we have actual gameplay, so we are ready to go.
Munchies was on red coin, I believe.
Yes, Munchies was on red coin. We have Jayce on blue coin.
Perfect. And let me check Discord activities of the players so I can see that both are playing Gwent. Perfect. Actually starting. Perfect.
Actually starting actual gameplay.
Who wants the musicians of Blaviken spam meta breaker deck?
Probably not me.
I mean, I would actually be that. I tried to make a Runewrite spam deck myself, but the problem with it was when you spawn a desert treasure, after using it, it doesn't disappear, so it just takes one board space, and basically my last 4 or 5 cards had to be discarded.
Oh no. Yep, absolutely board clogged.
Exactly. And pulls were actually great from the desert treasures. It's a shame.
Were they? There is a double desert treasure deck in this tournament.
Yes, I saw that being played, but it was actually never double for me. I saw the Necromancer's what was the card's name?
It's better into Glusty than Necromancy.
Yes.
It's much better into something like Glusty rather than the Desert Brother. I think the intention was the Desert Brother, but Resin Glusty is always going to be more points.
And tournament client is working. Look at that. Oh, actually, let me stream it to you on Discord.
Oh, yes.
Perfect.
I was watching the stream.
Perfect. I definitely have the most professional streaming setup in the world and nothing goes wrong with it. Just like
it's better than mine.
Okay, we had a 30-minute delay, but I think it's fine. It's not even that much.
Yeah, now we're all hyped and ready to go. We have all the anticipation.
Yes.
So I can't wait to see what they're going to take.
At the beginning of the stream, I was ill, and now I already feel better. That's how long we waited for Jayce.
Oh, good.
But yeah, I'm curious to see what players will bring. So, Skellige veteran spam for Munchies with Norram's Coin, and Jayce has Syndicate spam with Monster Strike.
So if I was guessing, I would guess that we'll see Jayce take the AQ on blue just to take advantage of that cursed scroll, fix his hand a little bit, and we probably will see Munchies taking Skellige on red. Flurry typically likes to go on red, so we will see. Like we said, in this deck, there's no real clear blue and red deck since they didn't make the decks or build the decks themselves like you would in a normal tournament.
Now players are not making us await, and we will see what they are playing really soon. Okay, perfect.
Alright, so we are seeing Syndicate generate on blue versus Skellige on red.
It's a bit quite surprising that not seeing monsters on blue instead of Syndicate, I'm not gonna lie.
You know, on blue coin, Arachnus Swarm has to commit a lot to keep up tempo. And Jayce can also take advantage of this TA in this deck, so let's see. We do see the Megascope being mulled away.
So if I'm not mistaken, there are no Highland Warlords in this deck, so these Primal Savages are actually playing for 2 points, maybe +6.
Yeah, so not great. I mean, she does have a few ways to set them up, but it might just take a little bit. And Jayce is coming right in with the Plunder and Failed Experiment. He is not messing around here.
Finds that poison, but I guess he will try to roll another poison from Shady Vendor. That's the reason he went for poison, I guess.
Yes, you know, it's also a lot of points. Not a great spender for him, though.
Yes. I mean, in the meme decks we previously saw, the problem was there was actually no spender with lots of coins in hand.
Yes, there's either no way to generate coins or no spenders, just because we're putting a lot of these neutral cards in the deck rather than a bunch of syndicate cards. So should be interesting. And Munchie's just dropping a veteran just right off the bat.
Now I believe that's Shady Vendor because of litter charges. Yes. And goes for back row actually.
Oh. So I don't know what he was looking for there. We do get the eavesdrop. A little bit of hand fixing.
I'm not gonna lie, I really thought that he would go front row to roll a poison after rolling that failed experiment.
Yeah, too.
But I got outplayed even when I'm not playing the game. Missed payday, so I guess payday was what he was looking for.
Yeah, I think he was aiming for that payday to kill the veteran to kind of stop the combo right away.
Oh.
You know, which is a great play because then it would have prevented Munchie's Megascope right here. Things would have gotten a little bit awkward for her.
And we see that clearing being played for just a decent amount of coin generation. It's just 1 for 1, but at least you have to spend it.
It's a good spender on board. Unfortunately, no other way to spawn these tokens, so we're not going to see a lot of value here. And we see the Ittern come down for Munchie, so she is just coming right down with her combo. And we try to win round 1 on red with this combo. The veterans are coming out for her.
Yes, that's going to be intense.
Oh, and we're seeing Scoia'tael Runestone. I like to see that. Scoia'tael, of course, being really good for carryover. I'm not sure if that's what he needs right now, though. Munchies is going to have a lot of points coming up.
I'm actually really surprised to see Scoia'tael rolled from room H. This might be the second time I ever saw this in game.
Yeah, I think you want to take Scoia'tael if you want carryover. It does have a lot of hand buff cards. But, you know, Nilfgaard just being the strongest bronzes right now, so... When we see the Delirium drop, unfortunately hit some armor, so didn't get the full value that we would want.
And doesn't actually kill anything.
No. Pings things down a little bit, but not able to knock anything out just yet.
With consuming that 3 power card instead of 2 power Firesworn Zealot, the carryover on Eternal Fire Inquisitor is a bit more with Himmelfart.
Yes, so that's going to be great for him once he has Himmelfart to bring that out. Of course, we'll spawn the card again. And Munchies use that Delirium to kind of help set up that Primal Savagery for her.
That's a pretty decent pass for Jayce because Munchies spent her combo for winning on even and sadly didn't manage to do it. Now what I wonder
one
is...
meter charge there could have kept her ahead a little bit, could have put a little more pressure on Jayce.
I was wondering if she would pass actually instead of playing.
I'm just going into the round 3.
Marching orders, what does this? The lowest unit, okay.
Marching orders will play the lowest power unit, so I believe it will pull Quen from the stack.
That's actually a great tutor. And Queen is another tutor, so...
Yeah, Ulrich's gonna be pretty good here for Jayce. And Munchies mulling away that Bear Witcher, likely wants to pull it with that Quen, just for maximum points.
No.
I think we're seeing Maxi here for Munchies. See a few golds at the bottom, likely she'll shuffle.
Now I think Dry Pass was never an option for Munchies because this Firesworn deck just makes so much points itself on a long round.
It will make a lot of points. If she does choose to go for a bleed here, she likely will miss a card. However, if she can get Himmelfart and Ulrich out, that might be enough. Unfortunately, Jayce's hand is looking pretty gold right now.
Yes. I mean, if Munchies decides to bleed, that will definitely be an efficient bleed for her.
And the Ulrich dropping, so we do have that Fallen Knight. She has a great engine. Of course, can also be pulled from Himmelfart, so every Firesworn card he's playing is just making his Himmelfart that much better.
And plays that leader charge just to Primal Savagery, that Fallen. I really thought that she did that.
And that's set up perfectly for Munchies, so she's getting really lucky with these hits with these Primal Savageries. I initially thought they'd be a little bit awkward, but they are proven to be otherwise.
Now, I won't be surprised to see the same play, but for Junot now. And she does that.
Yes. Yes, so she is saying no Fallen Knights. If you want these Fallen Knights to be played, I'm going to have to see that Himmelfart come out.
And that's Moshi Truffle, I believe, yes.
Yes, so we're going to see Truffle into the Sly Seductress, a pretty good engine for Jayce. She'll boost by 1 for every card opponent plays. So again, if Munchies plays something like Marching Orders, which is a tutor, that's going to boost by 2, even 3.
Now, I believe Adrenaline is passed for Gert, so Gert will play for just 8 points. 7 actually. I mean, technically 6 with Sly Seductress.
You know, she's getting a decent lead, pulling ahead a little bit. I think Jayce has to play something a little bit stronger here, but of course wants to drop his engines first. We might see Adriano here. Would make sense, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I'm also really curious to see how that super random shoop will be played.
I am too.
This is Adriano. Let's see what this card does.
So now we have the bonded Sly Seductresses.
Mochi Fortunes, thanks for the sub. Oh, Mr. Duello. Selim abi, thanks for the raid. Welcome everyone. I didn't realize it because my notifications are off for casting. But yeah, also good for the thanks for the good wishes. But let's move on.
Yeah, so for every card Munchies is playing, these Sly Seductresses are going to be boosting, of course, getting that extra bonded value. So this could be a good pass for Munchies. I know she does want to see that Hemmelfart, and she's just going for this marching orders into Quen, into the Bear Witcher, which is just a lot of points.
She really wants to get that at least Hemmelfart out this round.
She does.
And definitely makes sense.
Unfortunately, by playing 3 cards, those Slice Seductresses boosted a lot there.
Thanks for the good wishes. Now let's see. That actually can find decent amount of points on Slice Seductress. Damaging options is available for the other Slice Seductress, but does she want to play this deep into this round?
I think she's committed a lot. I think she really wants to see the Hemmelfart here. We'll see if Jayce commits the Hemmelfart or if he thinks he can keep up tempo with maybe 1, maybe 2 cards and keep the Hemmelfart for a short round 3.
Well, Hemmelfart in a short round 3 will be massive for him.
Yeah, I think if he can hold on to that, he might even be okay going down a card.
We see that Shady Vendor on. He actually robbed a bit, so goes for the shakedown. I don't know if that was intentional of out of rope, but he passes here.
That gives him some coins, keeps Ulrich boosted, and does the crime, so decent. And we see the pass from Munchies. She says, "Good luck making up these points."
Yeah, I mean, Shroop wouldn't be enough if you go for resilience. Maybe there is an option that it's enough, but not the resilience mods.
Would not be enough. I think any shoot pull is going to be RNG, so I don't think it's worth the commitment. Maybe we see a bank here. Oh, we do see the shoot.
Knight, Hunter, or Mage. Goes for the Knight. I mean,
yes.
With Room Mage, I believe it's fine. Maybe goes for the resilience and plays much truffle. Yep.
Yep, so that's exactly what he does. Goes for resilience for the carryover and just clicks that truffle.
Unfortunately, the Slice Seductress fee is not gaining any points for him, so that's why he had to use much truffle.
Yes.
Now, even cards in a 5-card round 3. I'm curious to see how it goes. Oh, that muzzle.
That muzzle is going to hurt on the Hemmelfart.
And that portal. I mean, look at this.
Yeah,
hand.
Munchies has the dream hand here.
Doesn't even mulligan again. Doesn't even take the last mulligan.
Maybe the Axie is not going to be great here, depending on how Jayce spends. But I just don't think she wanted to brick that portal. So, pretty good keep.
Pretty good keep. And we of course see that cleric being played for the early engine being set. We are likely to see Hemmelfart next turn, I would say.
Yes, I believe we are. I'm kind of surprised we didn't see Hemmelfart first, since those Fallen Knights will get boosted every time those 2 comes out, but he's probably trying to play around a little control, and there we see it.
Yep, probably goes for the Fallen Knight, or the... I mean, this is also a pretty decent option, it just...
Yeah, the Inquisitor is a pretty good pull for it as well. Fallen Knight's an engine. I think he's just hoping that there's no control here, but there is. And Munchie's just going for that leader charge there. And then we'll see the Kaduk into the Bear Witcher, just kind of finish up that Hemmelfart there. So
yeah, no Hemmelfart for Jayce here. Also, that if Jayce doesn't swarm enough, that Fallen Knight can easily be Vigo's muzzle.
Yes.
But that's
so if he doesn't do one more, we might see it.
Yep. Now it is prevented.
Of course, but that Congregate boosting it up to 10. So I think this is going to be Munchie's Axie target here. Muzzle looking a little awkward, so we'll probably see the decoction.
Yeah, decoction onto Shoop can be a pretty good target just for the body. So you wouldn't lose that value on Axie.
Yep, solid 6 points here. You don't want to lose the Axie value like you said, so we don't really want to damage that.
Goes for the cleric instead. That also makes sense.
Oh, yep, so she's getting rid of a spender there, and then we see our other fish flopper come out. Pretty close. I think Munchies might have it, but I guess it depends on this bank for Jayce, what he pulls.
Now, this is gonna be interesting to see what is left in deck.
Yeah.
Not a spender. So
No,
the
one
only spender
spender
is Sea Jackal, and if he goes really tall in that, the Axie can hurt. Like this, I mean.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see Axie value regardless, right? Whether it's Sea Jackal or the Fallen Knight.
Yes.
Muzzle's looking a little awkward for Munchies right now.
That muzzle is a decent 10 provisions for 4 points now.
Yeah.
Something you definitely would want to have in your deck. Well, this game is actually very much over.
Yes, so we just bank right into that vial, get some more coins. Munchie's spent her tall punish already, so Jayce is just gonna go all in with that Sea Jackal and Muzzle. Plague for 2 points. Oh no, so Jayce taking the first game with Syndicate Generate.
Well, now Syndicate Generate is through, and the deck left for Jayce is Thrive, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. So we are going to be seeing that, we are going to be seeing Arachnus Swarm next for Jayce. Munchies, she has choice of her 2 decks, so we can be seeing this deck again. Possibly.
That wasn't the match Munchies probably wanted. I am pretty sure about that. And we actually have the invite for next game. Imagine tournament clients
Yeah, we're moving along here. Right, so we know what we're going to see for Jayce. I wonder if Munchies takes this deck again to try to snipe some of those drones.
I mean, now Jayce is gonna play a Curse Scroll deck in red coin, and the best thing Munchies can do is just praying for bad draws for him.
Yes, and Munchies, we can also see that Cohen deck that we've been looking forward to seeing.
I mean, that's gonna be a pretty good shout against the Tribe, because Tribe is not supposed to have any control, and if you don't control that Cohen deck, it's gonna probably make like 250 points.
It can. I think she does. The AQ deck does play Spores, though, if I'm thinking correctly.
Oh.
They play Spores and a Parasite.
I mean, Parasite can be a problem, but I think Spores will be fine since it's a bit a white deck more than a going tall in 1 unit.
Yeah, we are going to see this Cohen deck in action. Oh, we see Roach in hand for Jayce already. That's not what you want to see. So that's a quick mull for him.
Already shuffled the Priestess back in deck, and now the second one also gets the same treatment. That would be a good, really good opening hand for Munchies here, and goes for the, what's this? John Natalis here.
Yes, Munchie's going right for that AA. And we're just going to go see it drop right into a frigate. So nice engine there. Maybe should have been played next to the Natalis. I'm not sure.
Yeah, probably.
For that crew pocket. But you know, she does have a few soldiers, so I don't think that'll be a huge issue. And Jayce just dropping that Pugo. Of course, not taking any risks, just gonna leader charge and hit a drone, and Roach is coming out for the extra.
I also believe that this deck is Devotion, so this Karak Marine is actually a pretty alright deck for a 4 provision card. Yes, it is a. There is also a Vraxas Prince in this deck. I didn't even realize. That is going to be so much fun.
You don't see a lot now. So we see the Marine drop, we have that crew pocket, and then just a little boost there just to keep up with the point tempo. Did not even use her TA yet. So I wonder how Jayce pushes her into this round. Oh, he drops the Kiki Queen right away.
doesn't even hesitate to play Kiki or Queen. That's
Yeah,
interesting
no
to see.
set chords on road just yet, but Kiki Queen just coming out. So I think she's going to play into this, and we do see the onsays coming. Great use of TA, just making quick work of that Kiki Queen.
I mean, that was a really interesting play from Jayce here.
Yeah. And spontaneous evolution being used on the roach. So again, not typically how you see it played in this deck. Typically it's played on a drone, spawn more drones, but it also can be used on roach since roach is a beast, just for that boost there.
We see Sentry Knight actually getting a death blow, not something you see every day in Gwent.
No. So it's pretty good against those drones there, and Jayce just dropping that Jaeger, knows that Munchies doesn't really have a way to deal with it right now. That frigate making a lot of points for Munchies.
Now, Red Orb is definitely playable, and Defender is not necessary in this situation because your opponent is not controlling anything anyways in this current situation. Goes for the Kerak frigate damage instead of
interesting.
I'm gonna take a wild guess and
sure that would have been better on Ratabid.
I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that it was a misclick instead of actually intent, because there I don't see any reason to do that.
Yeah, I don't really. I mean, unless he's going to Yen for damage here. He might be trying to set that up, but I definitely think it was a little bit better on Ratabid, and that is what we see. So he was trying to set up the Yen for damage instead of using it for boost here, so kind of get creative with this Arachnos Swarm deck.
Now, this is 10 provision, this is another 10 provision, this is a 7 provision card, and this was 9. So I can safely say that Jayce committed so much into this round, I believe.
Jayce committed a lot, however, he does have a lot of his Swarm cards. He just kind of has to draw them, which might be a little bit of the issue since we don't see his own arrow in hand. And Munchie's looking like she's in a little bit of trouble right now. Might be a lose on even here. I don't really see many cards she would like to commit here.
You can maybe play Defender and Leader a couple times just to get ahead, because I mean, Defender is just doesn't matter what.
Defender's kind of useless here since Jayce isn't playing a ton of control. I don't even think he could answer the Visigoda.
After that Parasite being gone, I think no control options available for Jayce anymore, I believe. Yeah, but the only one is Pred Dive and
Pred Dive. So we'll see if we see some Pred Dive value in this tournament.
I mean, if that Pred Dive finds value, we can just give auto win to Jayce. I'm pretty sure Munchies will be okay with that.
And Munchies did not leader charge to get ahead, just dropped that Defender. Jayce dropped the Necker Warrior, and now I think we're going to see a few leader charges for Munchies. Hopefully she tries to get ahead.
Gets that Kerak Marine in hand to get a better playable hand, and that boost on Sentry Knight gets extra 2 points, and she is just ahead by 1 point. And this board makes it look like there is fog on opposite row, and I get confused by it every single time.
So, not many very playable cards in Jayce's hand right now. The Spore is going to make maybe 2 points. He does go for the Wispus. So Wispus will pull the Arachnos Nest here, get some Swarm going. That way if he needs to Chimera next turn, that's going to be a lot of points. So the question is, does Munchies keep playing into this? She does have leader charges, can draw any card she wants. She just passes.
She doesn't want to be any part of this round anymore and gets out. Now the rest of hand was unplayable, but leader was available for Munchies. She could just fix her hand if she wanted, but she decided to pass. And we see Ozur in Jayce's hand, which will play for a straight 14 points.
Really good here for Munchies as well. We do see the Visigoda, we see Istrid, Belmoon, Troll, and A, which is going to be a lot of points. Jayce not messing around here, getting his Swarm started. So Spontaneous Evolution and Leader, 9 points, so not a bad start here.
I mean, if I'm not crazy, Jayce shouldn't be able to 2-0 in this situation.
I don't believe so, but if he does push, it looks like he's going to get a lot out of Munchies, possibly the combo. Munchies just dropping that Istrid, not really trying to get ahead. I think she knows that Jayce is going to continue playing into this round.
Oh, that's Pret dive. No, it's not. Okay. Is it?
I mean,
Yeah,
the Pret dive would be great here. Yeah. That's just kind of a lucky find. Of course, Triss can pull any special from either deck. Munchie's not playing a lot of specials, so he's more likely than not to pull his own special. But yeah, he made quick work of that Istrid there. And we just see the Bellhoon.
That was... Okay, well, I just realized that Triss Telekinesis is actually a great card to make as favorite card.
A favorite card?
Yes. I might actually think that.
Nice premium.
Now, with that Istrid being that, actually, that priestesses will not have zeal on them. As long as actually Bellhoon exists, so that might not be a problem.
Right, and Jayce just passing, so looks like Munchie's gonna have to commit quite a bit here. She can pull whatever she wants, hopefully make it in one turn. She can get the zeal on the priestess with AA. That's always an option for her, can come out boosted. So that might be the best option.
Yeah, maybe Sintry Knights with AA. I mean, I think that would be the best option because it just instantly gets... She goes for the leader charge.
Yeah, so I think she's trying to leader charge out these traveling priestesses and possibly AA it out. Otherwise, they're just not seeing much value. And it's the Trollo instead.
I am
so saving that AA.
This is really surprising for me, I'm not gonna lie.
It's definitely an interesting way to approach it. I think there was a few lines she could have taken. Maybe she thinks the Trollo wasn't going to get a lot of value there. Yeah, Jayce is now up 2 cards in round 3. So let's see if Munchie's Point Slam can kind of make it.
Well, double last say against Coin deck should be pretty decent.
Yeah, and of course Munchies doesn't have any tall punish for that Osroll. We might see some Spores value here. We do see the Chimera, the Arachnus Nest, so looks like a win for Jayce here, but let's see what Munchies can pull out.
The future doesn't look really bright for Munchies here.
I wanted to see this deck too.
I hope she somehow gets out. I believe this is Leader or Assault.
It looks like it's Leader here.
Now,
so I believe she's looking for the Vizgoda Tridem combo.
Yeah, I believe it's gonna be Karak next turn, then Tridem with Priestess. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see, but
and Tridem can make a lot of points. Tridem can kind of knock out some of these drones. Of course, if Jayce doesn't boost them too high. And we'll see what we can get from the Cohen.
Now that Chimera is going to play for a decent amount of points. Goes for the leader. I believe this is the Chimera or that Arakas.
Yeah, just like the Behemoth. So Behemoth will totally swarm the row for Jayce, which is giving a lot of value to the Chimera next turn. So I think the lines of play pretty straightforward for both players. We'll see if they can surprise us. I think they have before.
Now the best Priestess in deck is on 9 charges. I think it should be decent with Cohen. This is actually going to be interesting. The math on it is also a bit crazy. You need to be really careful about how you play Cohen with Vizigota and Priestess. Yeah. I'm curious to see how this would go.
I am too, and I'm happy I don't have to play this deck because math is not my strong suit. Yeah, that Chimera is just a ton of points there, but Munchies does have points coming up of her own.
Decides to play Coin Force instead of Priestess. doesn't want to greed on that.
Yeah, and you know, she knows that Jayce doesn't have any control, so just kind of delaying right now, I think. Maybe doing some math while Jayce plays his card.
Now I'm curious to see what another Chimera, I believe.
Yeah, we'll likely see the other Chimera.
Yeah, imagine
Yeah,
if
it's
that Kikimor Queen was alive right now.
Yes. So all those drones would have been boosting.
Now let's see this how this
Yes.
combo will go.
See this Cohen.
Now 9 charges on this and 11 charges on Visigoth, so 20 in total. Now there is 2 lines that she could take. One is just putting every single combo points on Trident Infantry,
Right?
and the other is actually trying to play for Cohen. And this is a really interesting route that she takes.
It looks like she's doing a little bit of both. She's using Trident for the damage, also setting up Cohen a little bit. Yeah, that Cohen's a lot of points, and then just using the rest on the Trident, kind of going for the damage there, so getting 2 points a turn, knocking down some drones, hopefully.
Now this is going to be interesting to see, since there is Force and Ozreal available for opponent, and
Yes,
I believe
Force
this is
is gonna
actually
have
over.
a lot of value here. I'm not sure why Munchies didn't use that last leader charge.
It's actually a
Last-
draw.
Oh, it's a tie!
She would easily win if
She
she
would have
played
won
that charge.
by 1 if she used all of her charges. Oh no.
Okay, I'm also pretty sure that was not the most efficient way to play that Priestess Cohen combo. I think she got a bit excited and didn't want to deal with all the math and just went yoink.
Yeah.
But that ended up giving a draw for us. So I don't know what's
Yeah.
happening now when a draw happens.
I believe they might have to replay it.
Because Tournament Client acts like it knows, but I'm pretty sure this is just gonna be something random. Let's ask Bokas. I bet he knows something.
Yes.
Now, let's go to his screen.
So Munchies could have won that one, so we could have seen a 1-1. Instead, we see a tie there.
Only a few months ago.
Let's see what Mr. Poka says about this.
In order to get that ability where you just want a legendary Scalica card that was not in your starting deck. So you could play, 2 legendaries.
Replay.
Have these 2 cards.
Just replay, but okay, I hope that will not be a problem. Because Tournament Client might put the players on opposite coins.
Ah, okay.
Let's just hope that that doesn't happen. So Munchies are supposed to be on blue coin.
Yes. And I thought Munchies had a really strong round 1 there. Unfortunately, Jayce just committed a lot, and
Yes.
the Yen play really worked out there. So we thought it was a misclick not killing that Radovid, but he was setting up the Yen, so Yen made a lot of points, got him a win on even there.
I mean, both sides played the combos a bit. Okay, this is actually correct. Tournament Client, well done. I wasn't really expecting this. I'm really surprised. Thank you, client.
Actually, the correct coin. Alright, so let's see if this is going to turn out any differently. Is Jayce going to take the same line that he did? Worked out well to get him the win on even. He does have the Amiro in hand this time.
Munchie is just mulliganed Assault, which is surprising for me.
She does have an Natalis, so
Oh, that's right.
Shulgan the Assault, so it can be pulled with Natalis. I believe
That is correct.
only Boiling Oil and AA are the only Warfare cards, so one of them was going to be Moldaway there.
Now, after putting that boost on Archer, Munchies decides to spawn a volunteer with Leader to play around that Pred dive.
Yes, now she is fully aware of that Fred dive and
Yes.
definitely has to play around it. You know, this leader's really good for playing around it. With spawning that 2-point volunteer and this archer just killing the drone. So Munchie's deciding to take a little bit of a different approach this time, as is Jayce. So Jayce just went for that Arachnus nest. I believe we'll see the parasite here.
Yes, it has to be. Goes for the Pugo instead.
And the Pugo.
He really doesn't want to hurt that Rabbit.
Yeah. We're like, kill the rabbit, kill the rabbit. He won't do it.
Now this is either Ultimate BM or he really likes that Rabbit. I don't know which one.
Yeah, and Pugo, of course, could have killed the roach there. Did not. Could have damaged the roach by 3, instead hit a drone. So he got a pretty good roll there.
Just be talented and roll the best options possible.
Yeah. Alright, we'll see the Natalis into AA here. So Munchie's kind of not messing around this round. She does not want to lose on even again.
Another Archer, right?
Yeah, Archer's going to be really valuable in this matchup for killing these drones.
Now, in a round where you greet ultimately with the stack, Trollolo can make so much points with Archers, Priestess, but she's fully focused on that coin combo instead of any other. So that's going to be interesting to see how it goes. And I believe this is Onero. Oh, it's Maxi.
Maxi, yes. It's an interesting Maxi. Some cards he would like are at the bottom. He does draw Kiki Queen. I would likely shuffle this if I were him, but we'll see.
Now, here's the Onero Maxi, so can actually play Behemoth through it.
He can pull 2 of those cards. So we will see what he actually winds up doing. Knicker's coming out for him. Can he have 1 point ahead here?
Boiling Oil finds the best value possible on that 6-point unit.
She's doing 5 damage here. Munchies is in pretty good shape right now.
And holding on the charges.
Yes, she is holding these charges likely for more drones. Jayce, however, does not drop more drones, just drops that Necker Warrior, which is going to be infused with Thrive now.
Now, Munchies doesn't have the most playable hand after this situation. You don't want to play any of these cards now, so she is likely to leader charge, I believe, yes. Goes for the Trollolo. Yeah, that makes so much sense with Archers. That's definitely a strong win con for this round.
Yeah, and it's going to help her get out of the round, help her make a lot of points, maybe get some cards out of Jayce.
And kills that Thrive unit.
Yes, she is saying no engines allowed while also boosting up her Trollolo. So saving those Archers was a great play for her, actually. Got her 2 extra armor on that Trollolo. And we're seeing Arachnus Nest come out for Jayce, so he is going to start his swarm after seeing a commitment from Munchies.
No, I believe the situation is same now. Munchies doesn't want to play any cards that she currently has in hand.
Yeah.
So yes.
We might see another leader charge, yes. So pins are being very good for fixing your hand. So very helpful leader in here. And I believe he pulled a Marine, that'll just be points, and of course another armor on Trollolo.
When you use leader like that, you don't get the chance of shuffling Priestess back in deck 5,000 times to get million
so
points
Priestess
on them.
is not going to get as much value as last time. We do see the Trollolo click, so I think Munchies is looking to get a pass from Jayce here.
Yeah, Mr. Bart just said the most correct thing about this matchup. This is just This matchup is from 2 years ago, and I wasn't even born then.
It is a matchup from 2 years ago. We're seeing a lot of older cards. Some of them nice to see again, some of them not so nice to see again. Alright, so is Jayce going to pass here? Yes, so he is saying he does not want to commit anything more to make up these points. So Munchies making out of the round, getting round control, and I wonder if we'll either go into a long round 3 or if we'll see bleed here.
Now, I wouldn't expect a bleed from Munchies here since she just wants to pull her combo off. When she does that, she just
into a long round 3.
she definitely outgrids the opponent and gets more points, but hand is definitely not good for that. So I wouldn't be surprised for the right pass.
Yeah, that was the quickest pass we've ever seen. So I think we're going to see some good Cohen value finally. And we see O'Meara come out for Jayce, and he'll just squirrel something away. Not finding much value here with the squirrel, but just clearing a
long round 3 is definitely what we want to see in a meme tournament.
Yeah, so we want everyone to pull off their combos here.
Yes.
So it's going to be interesting to see. I'm looking forward to some Cohen value. We see the Veraxis in hand.
Finds that Priestess to shuffle again, gets that Defender. Can they actually be good now with Spores being in opponent's hand?
Yes, so Defenders is going to block a Mega Spores like we saw last game.
Exactly.
We see the Yigurn come out, and of course Oswald has a backup target. Ideal target is Yigurn, but we do have the Cholula.
A decent amount of points from that organic card. And I believe we are likely to see, I would say Visigoth, but that is just scary when you are playing a deck against a deck that plays Pred Dive, so goes for the Defender instead. But that is still scary, so she used Leader to prevent that Pred Dive.
Yes, she will play around the Pred Dive, so like we said, open decklist, she knows it's in there, and Pinsir spawning this 2-point volunteer, very good for playing around it. I don't think she wanted to drop the Visgoda without Defender just because of that Parasite.
That Kikimo coin is just gonna play for so much points. It's also good for...
Yeah.
I'm really thankful for the deck builders for not putting the cat in this deck, because this deck would actually be a... This would be a kind of deck that Carpetan takes to 2600. So yes, thanks for not doing that, deck builders.
So Yigurn coming out, boosting all those drones, maybe could have made a few more points with some leader charges, fill up that row there for Jayce. So I think he lost quite a few points there by not having the full row.
King Bellahorn is definitely a little surprise in this case. She just wants to get as much as value from him possible.
And she doesn't even need to worry about clicking the Visgoda. He is safe behind that Defender.
Goes for a really
Cool. And he took it for the damage.
Okay, this is the second time I assume that was a misclick, because
I think it might have been a misclick. Boost was definitely better there, and maybe with some leader charges, unfortunately he didn't really kill anything besides the volunteer. I believe he was looking to set up a Pred Dive maybe on the Visgoda, but Munchies picking up on that and saying, I will not allow that. You can kill the Bellhoon if you want.
really interesting to see how this goes. I mean, he killed so many units with Tribe Infuse. That's why I was a bit confused.
Yes. It was an interesting play, and that was just betting that Munchies couldn't play around it. Does go for the dive anyway, and the dive killing Bellhoon. It will get a lot of points killing the Bellaloon. I think he would have preferred to kill the Visgoda, but again, Munchie's having lots of ways to boost that Visgoda in 2 turns. So lots of ways to play around that.
And the Mega Greed here. She knows that no options available from Jayce to kill anything, even get through that defender. Only options are like threat type to kill the lowest unit, but that's still not a problem. And I think we are likely to see another.
Just spontaneous evolution. We'll likely see it on a drone. Just spawn more, get some more points from that Chimera. It does have adrenaline now.
Does have adrenaline, and I believe Munchies has the better point potential by far here.
Yes, so I think this will go to Munchies, but let's see if Jayce can surprise us here.
Now, also the better thing for Munchies here is that she has double infantry, so she can go wider with the boost, and that coin will boost even more.
Yeah, so now we're kind of seeing, I think, what the deck was a little more intended to look like. Since it didn't get bled out and she was able to use her full combo. Chimera coming down and eating Yen. So not boosting those drones. Yeah, that's a card you don't see very often, right?
Yes, I just had to be sure what it does.
Alright, so boost going nice and even for Cohen. Munchie's taking her time, setting that up. Again, knowing Jayce has really no control in his hand. Suarez will make a few points on the Priestess in the front row. Likely should have played that behind defender, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, I'm confused about a couple things here now that Visigoth actually doesn't have that much charge to Omega boost, and that Ozreal is gonna trigger Tribe, which will play for another 9 points. So I might no. With that Ansaze, it should be enough for Munchies always.
Yep, Ansace is going to make a lot of points here. Ansace likely going after that Kiki Queen would be my guess. Of course, was played in the back row, so a little bit greedy. Azrael coming down, just consuming that Pugo. Of course, triggering Thrive on Kiki Queen, but Munchies does have a lot of points.
I mean, that points will definitely be enough if you are not playing against a Mega Grid deck like this.
Yeah.
And that's just the right amount of boosts.
Hitting almost all the armor off Yigurns, so Yigurns just holding on there.
Pretty decent amount of points, I would say.
Yeah, a lot of points. We see that Cohen click. Good to see Cohen played. And Spurs just hitting that Priestess. And it is not going to be enough for Jayce. So Munchies doesn't even need to play her last card here. And we see a pass. So Novarax's gameplay. So score is 1-1 now.
Well, that was a really interesting combo to see. Normally, I think, as I said, that Thrive deck would make so much points, and it will be enough as long as you are not playing against a Mega Grid deck like Cohen.
Yeah, I think Munchies was just a little bit greedier of a deck, susceptible to a bleed, breaking up the combo, but of course she committed just enough to get round control and gave us the quickest pass of the tournament into the long round 3.
And like I said before, Tournament Client is not giving up on me in this.
Alright. So we are going straight into the last match.
This is gonna be interesting. I am definitely not hyped for my teammate because I'm not picking any sides.
No. Totally unbiased.
Definitely. And they just go straight for the game.
I mean, I guess only one choice for the decks, right? So we're going to see the Arachnos Swarm again for Jayce and the Skellige Veterans for Munchies.
Well, this is going to be interesting. And that curse scroll on blue coin, finally.
Yes. So we finally will see the curse scroll on blue coin. We see Pred Dive in hand, so Jayce can fix his hand a little bit more with that curse scroll.
I just realized how painful it will be for Munchies if she lost the previous game, and remember that she didn't click on Priestess, it's just the game before that,
Yes.
and that was the only reason it was a draw.
Alright, we see Spontaneous Evolution just dropped kind of early for Jayce, floating the scroll, seeing if maybe he needs to pull something different a little bit later. It's interesting to see how Munchies will play around this Pred Dive here.
She
Of course,
doesn't.
no spawn. Yeah, not much she can do here, unfortunately. Just throwing out this Raging Bear, and Jayce does not take the Pred Dive.
These are also really lovely options for Primal Savagery.
Yes. And Roach and Knickers thinned both already.
Now, so this is a really tricky deck to play for Munchies.
Yes, I wonder if she goes for the combo that she went for in the first game that we saw, just kind of dropping that Veteran early and Mega Scoping early, and she just drops some leader charges, I think trying to get rid of these drones. And there we get the Savagery.
I mean, that's just after this Yugan being played, the point gap is so much for Munchies here. I wouldn't be surprised if she takes it. Actually, I just realized that she was trying to snipe Yugan with Unot through leader charge.
Yes, which is an interesting thing about the Reckless Flurry leader is it can go through armor. So it would have been a really juicy unit for her. Unfortunately, RNG odds not in her favor here.
If she can get lucky and hit that, she definitely has a shout in this round, but otherwise I don't see that. I don't see a way that she wins this round. But we will see. Round control is not everything in Gwent, don't forget.
Yeah, you know, the great thing with these decks is I think they're intended to be used one way, but the players can kind of get creative and kind of put their own spin on them, create new combos, use combos early, later. So just Maxi drop for Munchies, so she likely will be passing early. So I wonder what Jayce does with this information.
Most probably Pred Dive, I will say.
The lowest committal card in his hand. You know, normally when your opponent drops the Maxi, it's kind of telling you almost past time.
I mean, yeah, dropping Maxi at 7th card is like saying check by. It's
pretty
the
clear
same thing.
information.
I believe this is Oneromancy. For
a Necker.
Warrior.
So he is saving this Pred Dive, hoping to snipe something real juicy later. And we'll see if we do get this pass for Munchies. I can't see a universe in which she will play into this, but
There are some really good Pred Dive targets for this deck, like Veteran and even Idaran.
yeah, I think he's hoping to hit a Veteran, kind of mess up that combo there. We'll see if he gets on. Munchies playing into this. So we are going to see Totem dropped. Totem, not a card you see often anymore.
Yes. Definitely another card that I ever saw. So order is damaging adjacent units by 2. It's good to know. So
it'll turn the 4s into 6s.
Yeah. That's alright. I mean,
yep, it's a 12-point card. It does take another turn. We do see the Yen dropped and Yen for boost this time, which is going to mess up the totem, actually.
yes. I mean,
we can't get Berserk.
I mean, they are still 6 points, so it's not that much of a problem, but that was actually a really interesting play.
It was. It definitely was. And Yen being one of the more valuable cards in the Serapnus Swarm deck, so interesting to see it dropped so early. I wonder if we see the pass from Munchies now. 2 megascopes in hand. They can play for 8, so we will see megascope dropped.
It's kind of funny that she tries to fight for this one, because how does she get out now?
Yes. So we'll have 8 points coming out. Maths.
Now 8 gets her to 46, and there is still 13
Yeah.
points to make. And without... Okay, that makes sense. That's
Okay,
still not enough.
that's pretty good on this Necker Warrior.
That is still not enough, sadly.
So we'll probably see 1 meter charge here, I'm assuming. I believe 1 meter charge gets her ahead.
Yep.
But I'm bad at math? Okay.
Yes, we are definitely good math doers.
We made quite the pair.
Yes, math. When it's math, I'm not the worst. Especially when it's Gwent math, basically elementary school level.
Just jam the cards and rage.
Exactly.
Just hope it's enough.
I mean, especially while playing Tourist Meteor Shower, I can't deal with
Oh no.
counting that. I just slam and I hope that it's enough points.
And Munchies mulling away the veteran. Interesting.
And doesn't even turn back. She just keeps the mulligan, doesn't take the last one.
Yeah, and she could break the portal here, so it was likely good to not take that last mulligan. We get portal fish flappers, of course, thinning your deck. It's points, and we see the bread dive coming down. Getting rid of 1 fish flapper.
Pret Dive is actually the MVP of this series.
It is. I never thought I'd say this.
No, I believe this is the location, so this is 6.5. I mean, all are actually basically bad options. That is probably the best one.
Yeah, we'll see Kaduk for the quartermaster. Nothing to hit right now. Maybe you'll get something to hit later, and then we'll see those students spawned. I think she's just trying to bleed out this Arachnid Swarm deck, get rid of some of the swarm, get rid of some of the points, and make her round 3 a little bit easier. Ooh.
Another Pret Dive.
Another Pred dive. Alright, I never thought I'd see so many Pred dives in 2022.
I believe the adrenaline on Gert is actually gone. This happened actually before with Munchies.
Yes, it did. So, Gert can be a really strong card in this deck. But of course, you have to play it before your adrenaline.
Now, that Gert is still gonna play for a decent 7 points. It's not that bad.
Yeah, she could also save it for round 3.
Also, there's an option for Tris to just bomb this. She doesn't do that because I mean there's a 2-point card in deck.
Yeah, you don't want that 2-point climb by. Let's see how Jayce catches up here. Of course, she saw the Kiki Queen drop, which is going to be a lot of points, so it's time to go and just maxi and thrive once on this Kiki Queen.
This is going to be interesting. Round 3 after Kiki Queen, Munchies was pretty satisfied with bleed and instantly passed. But I'm really interested to see rest.
Score's not going to be a lot of points for Jayce here, so I think we'll see a quick mull away with that. Chimera definitely more valuable for him.
That Purify is going to play for a lot of points as last say against Ozurel.
Yes,
doesn't
so
find
Munchies
either.
just have on the mind there with that.
Doesn't find either one. That's not the ideal draws for her. At least now there should be a decent. Actually, no.
No, this muzzle just not getting a ton of value, unfortunately. And Gerd just coming in, wiping out all of those drones in a row. Of course. course, one drone left from the extra spawn from leader with Jayce.
That's a really good turn to play Pugo.
Very good, Pugo. 100% chance of killing a 1.
I guess you can play Delirium back row to get a good muzzle target.
Yeah.
Goes for the
So
veteran.
veteran dropping and just clicking Kaduk immediately, knowing she's likely not going to have another damaged unit.
Now I believe this has to be Arca's nest.
Yes. So Gerd got rid of some of those drones, but of course Jayce has a few ways to spawn more drones here. Of course, leader as well.
And all of that drones are there.
And Delirium coming and just cleaning up the drones again. So Munchies is just denying all of this value from Jayce, which is going to be very valuable for her.
Now leader with chimeras are still making a decent amount. Oh, that's a bit early. That is a bit early.
Munchies is getting the Axie regardless, right? So I think Jayce here was just trying to play around more sniping of those because we do not want to lose value on those chimeras.
Well, yes, you are definitely correct. And we see the leader charges for chimera, I would say. Maybe
I don't
going
think he has
organic
much
for...
choice here. 2 meter charges though, so he's playing it a bit conservatively.
I mean, it feels like he changed his mind in the middle of leader
I
charges.
think he might have.
Because-
But maybe Parasite would have been the better play there. Can spawn an extra drone, delay things a little bit. Yeah, and he does take the Parasite on the Wispus.
Now, I believe we are likely to see marching orders soon.
Yep, so we'll see again the marching orders into that Quen, into that shielded Bear Witcher. It's a lot of points. It's a very fun combo, actually.
Yeah, and probably hits that Whispers for a good
Just
muzzle
7
target.
lanes.
Yep, that should be the play.
We're struggling, but we'll finally see some muzzle value here.
And that
So
is
Jayce,
just...
again, using the Chimera creatively to deny muzzle value instead of boosting the drones.
And that 8 damage will likely to be going to Pugo.
Yes. So we'll see Triss onto the veteran. Yeah, we'll damage that Pugo down, so at least we'll get a 3-point muzzle.
Well, if I'm not crazy, this... I mean... Just to deny muzzle, getting an auto lose is actually a bit weird, but GG.
Yeah.
That was an interesting matchup to see. The muzzle never find value. That's a bit
Muzzle
sad to
did not
see.
find value. Jayce trying to play around it with the Chimeras might have been better just using the Chimeras for the boost on the drones, but really knowing that that muzzle's in deck, trying to focus on it, play around it a little bit.
I mean, I think both sides did really great. Except, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Second game, I felt like that memes were really had a good environment to be played, but they just did tiny mistakes that ruined the whole combo, and I was so sad to watch that. But they put a great show to us in the later games, so that was really fun to watch. But yeah, congrats Munchies.
Yes, congrats, Munchies. So Munchies is moving on. Well played.
So actually, I just realized something. In this tournament, Munchies played 4 series, and I casted 3 of them. And guess which one she lost?
The one you didn't cast?
Of course.
Are you
So,
Munchies luck charm?
Munchies, you know the drill next game. Just let me know before, and rest should be fine.
Yes, well played and congrats.
Also, congrats to Jayce for making this so far. Actually, I mean, tournament started with so many people, and now there's few left. Making it to this phase is definitely a great achievement. But yeah, GG.
It's well played, and thank you for having me.
Well, thanks for joining. Really, I mean, in the first phase of the stream, I casted myself, and that was actually really awkward for me. I'm not gonna lie.
It's much more fun casting with a partner.
Yeah, so it's good to have someone casting alone. And I mean, this is not the best performance I could give because it's 1 a.m. for me, and I'm actually a bit ill. Hopefully next time will be
Great.
better.
Well, feel better. Thank you for having me. I am going to head out now.
Yeah, I know. Thanks so much for coming, and see you.